All right, Abby, first of all, welcome to UCF. How have you been liking it here?
Loving it. I mean, it was one step driving from Eugene, Oregon with my dog across the country to Orlando, Florida. But I mean, from the start, I had everyone here connecting with me, helping me out. So it's been quite a great transition, to say the least.
What stood out to you about UCF that made you want to spend your last year of eligibility here?
I would say there are about three things. The first one was the master's program that I applied for and I'm currently in. I'm earning my master's in healthcare administration, one of the top in the country. So was definitely a huge goal of mine when I started entering the portal and the transfer process. The second one was the easy communication within everyone, including coaches and the team. And the third was just the camaraderie and the very goal-driven team here. I know that's really important if you're going to achieve the goals that you want to, and making sure everyone is on the same page.
So now that you've gotten your first scrimmage with the team out of the way, how are you feeling? What was it like working with this team on the court in a game-like setting?
I think it was really helpful. One thing I really appreciate how we structure our practices is incorporating a lot of game-like situations. We're not just doing small drills where you're focusing on a very specific instance in the game. We're incorporating everything every day, whether that be 6-on-6 and you're trying to finish the game or whatever it may be, a lot of serving and passing. I think that's all really important, and to see it come together today during our scrimmage was able to give us a lot of insight going forward throughout the season.
What kind of insight would you say you had?
I think for one thing, our serving and passing still has a lot of work to do. Personally, I think I can handle out-of-system balls a lot better. So that's one personal thing I want to work on, including closing the gap in these blocks. So that means pressing over with my right hand. I know that's very specific for some audiences out there, so but I just want to express how goal-driven we are as individuals and within our team.
You come in through the transfer portal. I don't know if you've heard about Anne-Marie Watson and Narissa Moravec and what and the blocking that they contributed to the program. But Coach Dagenet mentioned before how you had bringing people like you in had to contribute on that level, I guess. So what would you say is special about these middle blockers this year?
About us this year?
Yes.
Yes. I would say Claudia and Amari and we all work together and we're all pushing each other, which is the basis of any aspiring good team. And I would say also just our uniqueness within each of us. We all bring something different and can help each other improve in that area. And I also know that we have big shoes to fill in, and I knew that coming in, and we're all ready for that challenge. I'm ready for that challenge. So our mindset going in is bring it on.
So I don't know how much you follow other college volleyball when you were at Oregon, but McKenna Melville, of course, has been a pretty big name in the national landscape. In that landscape, what's it like to come in and work with her? And then maybe who's somebody that you met here that maybe you hadn't heard about that's like, oh man, this person's gonna really ball out this season?
Yeah, so we heard about McKenna from across the country on her record number of kills throughout the season, and she is an amazing player to play with because she brings this fire energy, and she is very blunt, and I admire that because you're not so sure when you're coming in as a freshman. Chloe kind of touched on it a little bit. You're a top dog, and then you kind of have to humble yourself. But I think it's really important what she brings to encourage others to speak up and encourage others to get to the point, because if you're trying to avoid people's feelings, you're not getting anywhere. So I think that's going to be a very important piece for us, and what she brings. Another name that I'm really excited to work with and see where she goes, well, I guess two, is I'd say Chloe and Amber. I think both of them are really going to come in this season and bring it on. And Amber's sneaky with her sets. She's not afraid to shove it deep corner, and also very easy to communicate on the court and get things done quickly.
What do you think this team needs to do in order to achieve what you guys want to achieve by the end of the season?
I would say we need to continue to push each other. We need to stick with our goals that we've established throughout this season. And consistently communicate about those goals. We need to take it all away. And I think this is a team to do the trick. So just continuing to push each other in practice, continue to remind each other, you know, our goal is going to the ship. So we have to play like that. We have to think like that. Everything, all those little pieces off the court, whether that be nutrition and sleep, and you know, all these little things that maybe you can kind of push aside when you're so focused on volleyball, but that all comes in at the end of the day. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Abby.
Yeah.
Thank you.